Can I help you? Dr. Harry Yet, at your service. I'm a veterinarian. Been practicing off and on for a little over 210 years. I still help out human patients to an extent, but I leave the heavy lifting to physicians. I'm mainly here for the animals. Certainly. A vet twice over. I served in the Army Veterinary Corps before going into private practice. Worked on large and small animals down in Texas. Equine medicine was a big part of the practice. I was based out in Bryan, so there were plenty of horses to keep me busy. Pardon me, I forget these things. Large hoofed mammal in the Balachthank genus Equus. How do I describe this? Roughly the size of a Brahmin, but one head only. Temperaments, well, that varied, but usually good enough you could ride them. A beautiful, singular creature when they were at their best. Psychotic murderers at their worst. Seriously, one bit of chunk out my arm. Yes, but they're different. Very different. I have some pre-war texts. Remind me sometime and I'll show you after they arrive. I had mixed feelings about horses before the war, but I'd give my left nut in exchange for the meanest mag with a saddle on her back. I still don't understand why the fallout hit 'em so hard when the other species persisted. They would change everything, you know? I like to think there's some lost population out there in a vault, maybe hidden away, or even a mutated variant that could be domesticated. If you had seen or ridden them, you'd understand. It's hard to overstate how dramatically they would change society. I'd be alive on another continent. Wouldn't be the first time, actually. A second reintroduction of the horse on the Great Plains. I can dream. Funny enough, there were cowboys before the war that would ride bulls. Much like a Brahmin, but bigger and meaner. Serious as a heart attack. It was for sport at this thing we called a rodeo. It was bulls and blood, dust and mud, roar of a Sunday crowd. Stay on for 8 seconds and you're good, provided you're not killed or maimed in the process. In hindsight, yeah, it was crazy. Went to school at Texas A&M before the war. Army paid my way, so owed them a few years after. Did a lot of food inspection for Uncle Sam. Grew up on a farm near Normandy, so I was comfortable working around animals. Just hated seeing them suffer unnecessarily. My father always told me that you could tell a lot about a person's soul by how they treat animals. I didn't want there to be any question with me. Short version, I trekked from town to town after the war, working as a doctor when they'd had me. Lots of places, not keen on ghouls. It was chaos for so long, just tiny, desperate towns clinging to life. When I got word of a country, a real country, I headed west. I do think about Texas often, though. It never leaves you. Summers be damned. There's nothing else like it. I hope to see it again. I had a family. I'd rather not talk about that if you don't mind. It's the closest we've gotten to life before the war, by my estimation. Far from perfect, but at least there's some sense of law and basic rights. Not many places where ghouls, mutants, and even tribals can work, live together without going crazy. Now don't get me wrong, always room for improvement. It's no accident I'm with the followers, not the NCR bureaucracy. Followers are good people with a noble mission, but they'll always need the shelter provided by the NCR similar government. I remember Robert House from before the war, and I always thought he was odd. There were rumors about him that concerned me. Again, Just rumors, but supposedly he kept urine stored in mason jars up in his penthouse and grew his beard and fingernails long like a savage. While a veritable genius of engineering, I'm not sure he's fit to single-handedly run a human society. People are not machines or mere cogs. I preach on about treating animals with dignity, but it goes without saying that extends to humans. I believe we all carry a spark of the divine. It pains me to say it, but they could win. They sweep away the chaos and bring order, safety, security. These are not to be taken for granted. Harsh empires have worked. The Assyrians were vicious bastards, but they also built libraries and kept barbarians out. People lack stability. It ain't built to last, though. Cult personality will always give way to warlords. It'll be a mess. A fanciful pipe dream. I'd hate to be here if that's the case. Living smack in the middle of some Hobbesian fever dream? No thanks. Yet another reason I prefer working on animals. I've seen people in a truly free state. We're predators, through and through. Very well. As a matter of fact, yes. We just got an anonymous donation with some interesting provisos. Some polite gentleman left us quite a sum, but the condition is that it's only used for helping animals, not the homeless. His letter conveyed the terms in very strong language. He also stipulated that we'd be especially helpful to dogs. Whatever the man's motives, I, for one, will be happy to use this windfall as a means to establish a working animal shelter here in Freeside. I can always hire helpers or get volunteers, but given your enthusiasm, I want to offer you the job first. Pay is 200 caps. Interested? Great. I already have a spot lined up across the street. The king swore the place wasn't claimed, but it has a minor rad roach infestation. Once the building is cleaned out, we can start fixing the place up. Then the real work begins. Shouldn't take too long to kill a few roaches.
Civilizing Prim will show what we can do for everyone else in these territories.
Hello? Yeah.
Hey.
All clear. Take him out.
this. Can't run from me.
Howdy. Nicely done. Here's some cabs for cleaning out that filth. Looks like you exerted yourself. Just a few rad roaches. Couldn't have been that bad. Got something for you when you're ready. No rush. We'll need to recover a shipment of supplies before we can move forward.
Hello.
Howdy. Some fancy gambler type is laying around in one of the tents. Other doctors can't identify his illness. Maybe you could take a look at him. Good friend of mine, Dr. Rivera, was supposed to be arriving with a caravan full of supplies. She's running very late. She's coming in from the northwest, going a long way around the divide. I warned her not to take that route, but she was always stubborn. See if you can check on Dr. Rivera and recover the supplies, if possible. Don't have any leads except to check the road. Stay safe.
Hello.